Thank you, Fruit Loop.
Now what we're missing is Zuri, and we can basically finish heroic. When's the last time we were this many people actually?
First raid?
Yeah.
First raid, right?
I'm gonna chase at the model up.
Yes, bring the bastard here. So I can thank him for the whole 5 minutes until Jaffa gets here.
Get back.
Get to the chopper!
The chopper.
So I believe there's two people missing from here.
Yeah, I think Chow just got stuck in the loading screen, so he's relogging.
Who seems to be somewhere over the rainbow. He's coming by flight path?
Let's go and summon him again.
Yeah. Let's just make a new.
Welcome! I have so been
So,
looking forward to
yes.
your arrival. Let's see, who have we here? Our wayward prince, of course. The deposed
Pane,
accuser, ever
Kyoto?
so earnest. And our mutinous former general, along with a contingent of mortal rabble eager to meet their end.
We tire of your preening to Nathrius. Come and
We sent Panaji got here.
I seem to recall a similar bluster from you not so long ago.
Is there anyone else?
Chinese inspired name person is missing.
He went offline.
I'm not flying, so he's probably relogging. And someone said something about loading screen. So
I am
we can just do the trashing thing then.
passionate nature. Let us begin your atonement with a suitable challenge.
Oh, do we actually have?
Yes.
Maybe then druids put this dickers, right?
Yes.
At least healing druids. Oh, and Shaman? But not enhancement type.
No, show enhancements as well.
No,
I think you're talking about curses, right?
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, curses can be dispelled by DPS as well. Only magic debuffs are limited to healers.
Okay.
Alright,
You need to sing.
yeah, I remember
he's
the
linked.
I think. Yeah, shut up.
I mean, how can you not left?
Okay, 85 with more versatility.
I'm not
good.
complaining.
So much stuff on the ground.
I need to change my spirit link to somebody that does actually PSA.
No. What are you spirit thinking now?
Say that?
That's a great target.
It's the best target you could have. Look at that. Top DPS.
How did you get Jaffa?
We were very, very sneaky about it.
Indeed. Persistence is key.
Did you get him in
And
to
also-
supervise me?
We also used the combination of passive-aggressive tones that got him all scared. Oh, Jaffa thinks he's gonna DPS. Isn't that cute? Huh? What?
You probably will DPS just as a tank.
Ew. Ew. No.
Yeah, right. No, make him heal. He fucking hates it. Yeah, you can heal,
No,
dude.
he loves it. He's like a dog like.
Well, I have a massive headache
It's
one at a
raid,
time.
Jaffa.
What's going on?
You know you want to tank this raid, Jaffa. You know you do.
I wanted to. I can tank it if you want. I don't care.
Perfect. See? That's what I love about you, Jaffa. You just don't care. I will put a random BFA flask since we should overkill the first half of the raid anyway.
I don't know what talents to do for raiding. Guess.
Don't think it matters too much.
I mean, it doesn't really matter for normal.
So who's tanking? Jaffa or you?
Jaffa and Lachlan.
Oh shit! There's people here. Hello, people.
Yes. Hello, people. So many people. You've never seen so many people, right?
Meet the GM.
Oh.
Okay.
Andrei, are you logging?
He's always paying attention to what's
GM?
happening around him.
I do believe I am logging, yes. I actually think I even have. Yes, look. Exhausted rate tools. Log record started.
Thank you.
Advanced
It's
logging
never.
on? Do you have
really.
super advanced logging on? Do you have?
It's the hello Jaffa
You're
this
super
with its
advanced.
logging on. So let's putting
How many fucking flasks are we breaking down?
should be just one. It's just that a lot of people apparently have a very lovely add-on that screams the fact that I'm doing
Fucking snitches.
There's so many snitches, right?
Snitches get stitches.
And there's actually only 3 of them saying it twice for some reason. Drink and
Why
click
did I take
again.
a flask?
Why did you take a flask? You don't need one?
No, I've got someone brought me a stack of flasks for doing that class for them, so I got loads of flasks.
Oh, I don't. Keep it, use it,
I
trade
was-
it to someone else.
I was thinking that when you said a stack, you meant 20, because my head was old school thinking about flasks.
Okay, everybody's here. I'm guessing no one needs any explanations for this person.
What's different between normal and heroic?
You don't get the
On normal, you don't get the bubbles in phase 1. The white thing is to evade.
Hey guys, sorry. So, you need anything?
Hey, oh,
You being who?
he's asking. What a bit.
Oh, I mean, we have 3 tanks, 100 healers, whatever you want to bring. If you want to bring something, come along. If not,
Oh no, I was asking if you need something. That's... I
Not-
cannot DPS, and I can heal on the alt. That's about it.
You can bring Aski and
You
Jaffa
can-
can go DPS. It's okay.
You can come tank and Jaffa can DPS. That's not a problem.
Wait,
I think he'd love. Can you what?
He can't be.
change
Yes.
talent.
Serio, just to be clear, I do not need any drops. I won't get any drops. Do you need help?
No.
Yes,
If that's your
change my
question.
talents quickly.
Wait, Jaffa.
Okay.
Sorry, I forget. So if you don't need anything and you don't feel like coming, it's fine. We don't need the help.
Okay.
Okay. So Jaffa, you're still tank.
Come on, let's go.
Yay.
I feel like
Wait
helping.
for-
I just don't need anything. That's what I mean.
Where do you tank it? Do you tank it where it is, or do you move it?
Generally speaking,
Uh,
between the 2 pillars.
it's
Between front of the 2 pillars.
roughly a bit towards the tip of the thing.
Yep.
So it's easier for people to hide.
Oh, you don't want it tanked by a pillar.
No, because it's easier for people to lose it.
I was going to take it by a pillar. I'm glad to interrupt.
My big mouth is good for something sometimes.
You really want an answer to that?
Okay. I'll do another check just in case if we delayed a bit. And
Run, can you talk
whoever
boss first, please?
Sure.
whoever is doing the first count solo, feel free to do a full check. Full time.
Yeah.
you know. No keys.
Oh, not hero.
No. We'll hero after the second phase. For becoming in 5 seconds. Start moving to loss. Lovely.
3, 2, 1.
Get one more shriek and then kill. Done it. Phase change, so don't go down.
Yeah.
It takes very, very reduced damage. It's like 80 to 70% something. You're gonna die anyway if you go in the red circle, so. Not like you can do anything anymore.
Is that a challenge?
No, because you actually get one shot.
Convoke. Boomy.
Yeah. You can go if he has the book in
Find shelter.
oops.
It's a lot of blood.
Yeah, people that you can oh well. Just tank him in this side now, so we have clear. Let's do a heroism.
3, 2, 1.
If you can bring him a bit more towards the
Why'd you hear his face out?
apparently because I think we can actually kill him before another phase change, so
3, 2, 1.
might as well. Within 1 second. Start moving towards the blue. Let's avoid more blood than necessary.
3, 2, 1. Run.
What?
He's just like a bleed on me, I don't mind it.
Broken.
Find shelter.
Just kills him, don't fight. There you go.
But I suspect the
Such
Nathrias
easy,
have
very well.
retreated to his sanctum.
There is a passage beyond the caves that leads down into the castle's underpinnings. From there, we can reach the anima stores and stem the flow into the maw.
Chain from
If
here
we
and
are
good.
to have any chance against Nathrias,
Watching.
we must deprive him of his most prized
Drink it,
possessions.
chain it.
I know the path we must take to
Okay,
reach
Jetto,
that
so we
goal.
have loot to give out.
I actually have no idea what the trick is.
200 item level back with versatility and mastery. Roll for main specs, courtesy of Jetto.
Thank you, Cheto. Look at Menace. Menace, you really want gear resolution. Any loot you don't need, just as an update, just trade it to Menace and he'll roll it for the raid, so it's to make things nice, clean, and easier to follow.
Look at all
Okay,
the weaker
so-
classes not being tanks.
200 item level cloth boots, crit mastery, roll for main specs.
Oh look, more people died. You got to love the trash in this raid. Do we? Oh, I see 3.
What important died?
Lucci, you can trade it to Bulkers. He won the roll. He was the only one rolling. Ah, okay, I know why. Basically, everyone has those boots except for Bulkers.
Makes sense. We wait
Scratch
for
at
the
it.
lead. We wait for the laser general.
How's the master's hunting back? He keeps the beasts starved for flesh. Put an end to the hound master's cruelty, so we can advance to the lower levels of the castle.
Release the hounds.
Ravager may be better for single target, but it's nowhere near as fun as pressing Blade Storm.
I wholeheartedly agree with that statement.
Isn't that the go-to talent for single target as well? Based on?
Ravager is.
Really?
Yeah, because you can proc the Signet of Tormented Kings a lot more often. So
Okay.
you get Avatar and Recklessness a lot more often.
Yeah, but
Makes sense.
other question: don't you as arms already have Blade Storm? Like you don't have to talent into it.
It's...
Yeah, Ravager replaces it.
Ah, okay, got it.
And Ravager you can use every 45 seconds as opposed to 1 minute 30.
Okie dokie. So, first pet together with the boss. Second pet at Reds. Lachlan or Jaffa, whoever wants to tank the second pet. Well, anyone who has a CC can CC the dogs summoned by the second pet. The more CCs, the faster they get the debuff. And remember to heal the shades. Just to avoid any mishaps, second pet everyone focuses the boss, not the pet. So we don't cleave by mistake and get annoyed by needless webs.
So what am I doing?
Hmm?
So what am I doing? Hitting the boss.
You wanna tank the boss or the animal?
You tank the boss, Lachlan tanks the animals,
Alright.
and everyone has
Yeah.
one. You just need to swap for the first pet anyway.
Can we have a new fortitude, please?
Harrowing.
We shall hero for the last pet since he has the annoying move him around and DPS the entire raid scrap. When we want to get rid of him faster.
I don't think I can use my cooldown to do that shit. Fine.
For the Alliance!
You can use it afterwards and I'll pick up the boss, since you got Boomkin affinity.
That's fine.
And Heart of the Wild plus Boomkin.
5, Four.
Can you misdirect a lot?
3, 2, 1.
The hunt begins!
But I'll still need Tereki. Jaffa is really mad on his keyboard.
Oh, okay. I'm not a Warcraft.
No, you're not. That's fine. I'm just.
I want that rank.
You want the no push to talk rank, huh?
It requires a lot of APM.
Right.
Oops.
I think it goes back.
Okay, now move the boss a little a little bit more towards top. Have room. There we go.
Phase 2.
Take Barghest unread. So Shade will be coming soon. Rip Soul incoming. Kill the soul now. Focus it. Shade incoming. As many CCs as you'd like. There we go. And now just ignore it for a while. Rip Soul incoming. Healers make sure to kill the soul.
Oh, did you get one shade per cast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Move the boss, please. Okay, no. That was close.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, he was pretty near him. Okay, focus the shade. Remember to stun it so it doesn't finish the test.
I don't think it's the shade.
No. Now, move. Go away from there, stop leaving, since another shade will need to be CC'd soon. CC the shade. No more soul. Hero now. People with the debuff go to the side, to the right side, not towards the ship.
The shield is casting.
It's on 24 debuffs. Let's do it a little bit. Don't get hit by the arrows. Let's focus the shade. It's gonna wipe us.
Tony, can you have a Devo?
I think it's now immune to CCs, so some personals if you need them.
Gah!
Let's die like it is. Okay.
Why did you shouldn't have brought the guy over the pet? That's what killed us, right? Or was there a shout that went off?
No, it was the shade of Barghest getting
couple
two
of
casts
shades
off.
Two casts went off.
I mean-
it becomes immune to stunning after a while, so
Seda is 100% right. Like the damage that killed us came from the third ad, but that was not the reason we were so low, basically.
the problem is we kind of DPS the pet down too fast. But not fast enough to avoid the second shade, which is kind of bullshit.
So hit things less hard.
We could, yeah, we should slow DPS a bit down until we've managed to kill the second shade.
Or pop cooldowns for the for Barghest when we kill him. So we kill him
We did.
quicker.
We could try to do hero for Burgers, sure.
Not necessarily hero, but you know, announce people to burn cooldowns then, and have hero to
generally
minutes
burn.
later.
Cooldowns in the first phase, since we have them back by the third pet, which is okay.
I mean, that pet was nearly dead. Surely you can do exactly the same and just kill the second hand. That pet was like 15%. Get it?
Yeah, the problem is that if he doesn't have enough stacks, we're gonna kill it really, really slowly. It has a shit ton of HP.
I mean, do exactly the same as we did last week, but just switch to the shade midway through the dog. It's not like it's high on DPS of the dog, it's nearly dead.
Yeah.
Thank you for the football from Fruity Loops.
What do you mean switch to the dog?
How do I have boot immunity and I'm still out of range of that mob on his ass?
I will try to kill the shade a bit faster, the second one. I'll also
Can I
try
go
to
and
see
attack it?
if doing heroism helps. The only problem with you going there is if he managed to happens to do a rip soul in that time, you're gonna buff the boss.
Oh, I was talking about the last phase on the third dog, sorry.
I can move the ad if Jaffa wants to go in the shade.
No, it's fine.
Any AoE or simply move it somewhere else.
Anyway, it's funny right now that our problem is we have too much DPS, but not even enough. So I'll think about it and see how it goes now. We might hero the second pet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Did you just hold your breath?
Yeah. He's gonna hold it until the fight ends.
Sorry, you talking to me?
Yeah.
You got the cool.
No, how's everyone's day been?
Shit.
Not bad, not good. Yes, it is.
Yeah, what are you doing in the weekly chest?
Got a 220 weapon.
I got the weapon from Burks.
I got the 200 weapon. I feel bad now.
I got a trinket.
I was happy before Zeta spoke.
Do you want me to link you in the raid?
No,
It's
because
really
it's
great.
not a healing. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Sata.
Phase 2.
Let's take the box a little bit more towards the skull.
That's a big one.
There's not much.
It's bigger than mine.
And just for the fun of it,
What she
let's...
said. Cancel.
Shades incoming, prepare CCs. So switch all to the shade.
So,
Okay, move away, another shade will be coming. Again, CC. People with execute start for... no, never mind. Okay.
Move to diamond.
Let's slow down the pace a little bit. Stop the pacing. Stop the pacing, please. Okay, focus the shade and heroism. Stun it. Okay. Perfect. And now business as usual. Remember, use personal cooldowns if you have some. You have hellstones. Precious.
Still personally attack, someone literally walked behind me.
Why the fuck do you do that? Get life grip.
Why not? It's fun.
Wait, what does the unuse on that neck actually?
Controls the beast outside in quest areas.
I have never used the damn thing to see if it's actually any good at anything. But I find it really annoying and useless. 1 hour cooldown for 5 minutes. Bullshit.
Let's start with Rexia's set.
Time to enjoy the rest.
I fucking hate this bit.
Annoying, isn't it? Oh, look at the wonderful stuns. Oh no.
Oh wait, this ad's dangerous. My bad.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't pull everything from top to bottom.
They weren't elite, so I didn't think they'd be that bad. Sorry.
Yeah, they suck ass.
So we have
I've noticed.
200 item level plate bracers, crit and haste. Go for main specs.
I'm okay though. If anyone was wondering. Thanks
I was
for
kind of
asking.
curious actually.
Why is that? I'll get back up there.
Stop chasing me, damn you.
Red guy won the role. Trixie, if you could be so kind to
Okay,
trade
yeah,
him.
I'll trade him.
I'm on my way.
Oh. Look at that wonderful blade.
This buff was a retard and got himself killed. God damn it.
I mean, I had fun.
200 item level neck, haste, mastery, and leech, and the socket. Roll for main specs.
And the socket.
Wait,
Wow,
that's
look at
fun.
the throw.
There's a lot of people that on this neck. Courtesy of that content, by the way.
I mean, the bullshit is telling me it's a 14% upgrade even though I have the same neck just because it has a socket. Fuck that.
And leech.
I do not trust in Tone.
For me, it's a 41% upgrade due to leech.
So many rolls.
Xiao Zhao wins with an 87. Trade me when you can.
What?
Dispatch this creature before it grows even stronger.
You die if you fall in that water.
I would
Yes.
say yes, but jump and see.
You do not do like a turtle. Goodbye.
Don't even reach the
Careful.
water. That's
The water.
I would say curiosity killed the cat, but you're a bear right now.
Yeah, but satisfaction brought it back.
Oh my.
DPS is alive.
Whoa, we've got a Fury Warrior. I want to be a Fury Warrior. You get to press other button other than condemn.
I don't think you do.
I do, it's way
You
more
just
fun.
you only think you want, but you don't
Too
trust
bad,
it. Right
too
now you
bad
don't want.
is literally the last spec in the game right now.
Arms isn't that much ahead of it, really. Unfortunately. Warrior's just not very good right now.
Target is really, really ahead.
They're good in PvP.
They are good in PvP.
Oh yeah, Radesh, could you whisper me please from your hunter?
Don't say my name.
Is your name Radesh?
Oh, before that.
Grazie, hi.
Congratulations.
Can you reset this boss?
This boss can be reset, yes.
Can't reset the boss.
What did you use?
Everything.
Everything.
Maybe.
Look at his damage.
Yeah, sure, you can reset it. Just
Thank
put it
you.
over here.
3, 2,
And everyone hit it, since maybe you have things to reset as well. Goodbye, boss.
It doesn't reset trinkets.
No,
So trinkets will never
reset.
reset, as far as I remember.
I gotta go AFK for 1 minute and 26 seconds. I need the toilet.
My urination is timed down to the second.
Remember, if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it.
Happily.
Can we roll for auction house spec? Really? Really?
Auction house spec is my main spec, so can I have it?
Too bad it's bind on a group.
Yeah, that's best for auction house.
Can you put some markers where the range are supposed to stay? I only did this as Mavic.
Okay, they're there.
You can sit wherever you'd like. Not in millispec. Let's say you sit there and everyone just stacks under who's ranged. Doesn't really matter as long as you all stack on the same spot.
And you guys have everyone stacked and you move out if you get the bad one on you, right?
You just spread around when you get the circle that does damage to everyone, and then everyone just stacks to heal the people that are debuffed. There's no other bad thing
We
on you.
run on the big one. That is.
On the big one, we run outside of the circle, sure, and since we have Septa, he can put that juicy healing debuff on the boss.
Are we gonna have the druid roars for when he does the big thing where we all have to run, or do I need to save my heroic leap?
We have to druids
I
that
only
will
know what
roar.
thrash is.
We can also put some
Just click disengage and you'll be fine.
bulkers can also put a portal gateway.
Do you not have beam?
Okie dokie. For volatile ejection, since ranged will be there, let's make it even more interesting. Ranged will be just around here, melee can stack around there, and you can eject yourselves to avoid those two marks. To the left and to the right.
Can I stay on the
I don't
green
think
mark?
okay.
There's a green one.
Yeah. Back there.
You'll probably
Yeah,
do
but-
more DPS from back there, to be honest, mate.
Still on the range stats. Can stand up. Ah.
Să se ca intuit, the right skill.
Just in case anyone was
Data?
wondering, I have finished my urination, so we're good to go.
Sounds good. All according to plan.
Too many details, huh? Will you wash your hands?
Why would I wash my hands? I've got a clean dick.
So you don't get the flu.
3, 2,
I don't want
1. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know when to talk, by the way.
He does his weak potion. No.
Too many people who were ejected, so to speak.
2, 1.
Nope. Spread around. Don't overlap the circles.
Good things.
Okay. Just before ejection, please move to the left and to the right. Don't sit in the middle of the pack. Okay, better. Just few people got it now.
Thank you.
Move to start.
We're gonna have to run away soon. Spread around with the beams, don't hit other people. Move.
3, 2,
Don't forget to keep people clear. So stack when you have the circles, don't do this. Leave the boss back to the original position.
Nice.
Please be careful of hands.
1.
Spread around the buildings. Can we rest Smitty, please?
In 2 minutes.
3 minutes.
No, lovely. People actually used battle races already.
I did a
I
nice
did a raid leader. I'm good.
Move to circle.
Lovely. Everyone's melee.
What the?
Okay, so. Please. Do watch yourselves when you have the lines and move out so you don't hit other people. Yes, we are well.
Yeah, just run out the. Oh,
3, 2, 1.
Is this boss like
not really.
The boss didn't make us wipe. The people with the beans did.
CTS, right?
3, 2, 1.
So people with volatile ejection, please move out of
The left,
don't
Lachlan.
hit other- And there's a nice shiny portal to the left.
Azzy,
Don't
Azzy,
go on
Azzy,
the
Azzy,
curves.
Azzy, Azzy. It's quicker this way.
Let's have a look at the groups. Milli, 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 milli. Some more milli, 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 milli. More milli, milli, milli. Shit.
Group 1 is melee, Group 2 is random, Group 3 is range, Group 4 is healers. And Azzy.
I can go range. I've got heroic throw.
What exactly is random about group 2 since it's full of melee as well?
Ah, File is.
Boomkin.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
so
okay.
he's wonking.
It's his loss, you know. Best is Boomkin as well, yeah?
Yep.
If you do want more ranged, I could bring the boomkin.
All the paladins will need to stick in melee. Let's do it like this.
Tiao. A bit further, after the, yeah. So you can able to teleport behind the gate.
Group 1 sits on red. Group 2, except for stacks, I guess, sits on blue. Holy Palace just split between red and blue as you enjoy. All ranged sit on moon. People that get targeted with volatile ejection will need to position themselves between the groups like this. So someone will need to sit here, so the beam goes between the groups. Someone here, so the beam goes between the groups. Third person could stay here since there's a lot of room to sit like this. It's up to you to notice that you have the beam and move out of your groups. It's up to everyone else to notice that you have the beam and don't sit in your way. So if you're ranged and you're DPSing from here, you'll need to move towards the moon. Based on whoever gets the debuffs, since there were a lot of people in melee, you might have to move from blue to red and from red to blue, depending on if we're all on the same side and killing the melee. We can hero on pull since it doesn't really matter here. We generally did it during the last 30%, but it's irrelevant. His enrage is not so big that you can reach it.
To battle.
So remember, group 1 on red, group 2 on blue, ranged on moon. Paladins, go wherever you like as healers. You can go on blue since there's one person missing from there. Okay, Smithy on red, Manis on blue.
Got it. Smithy, who do you beacon? Got it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2,
Hero?
1. Move to start.
Yes, I know you love it. Are there 2 debuffs in range or 3? 3. Someone, if there's 3 debuffs in range, someone will need to go to me.
3, 2, 1.
People go to me. Not all of us. Not all of us. Okay. Spread around. Lasers incoming. Make sure you notice if you have the arrow and move.
3, 2,
Projection. Fruit loop. Move. Save. Okay. Good. Decent. Although I think Seta and Stacks overlap. Battle Reseta. Yeah, we might.
1. Move to diamond.
Get ready to move out. Beams. Don't keep it. Move out.
3, 2, 1.
Remember, don't separate from people that can heal. People with it. Lasers incoming. Make sure you don't kill anyone now. Go back to your positions. It's good. Lasers will be coming in 2 seconds again. Do not kill people. Don't overlap with me. Ciao. Too many people in range. Some of you need to come to melee with the debuff.
Come to red.
Yourselves. One to red, one to blue. Spread around. I think everyone is dead on the blue side. Almost everyone. So I need some people to come here with me. Okay. Lasers incoming. Do not kill people. Content, okay. He does not. Move. Remember to keep stacking. Azzy, you're gonna die all along there.
I hit the other one.
Come back.
Someone from range, go to green. Just a minute.
30 seconds. Should I resurrect this maybe?
Come to
Yes, red split when you can. Move around. Get ready for another set of lasers in 7 seconds. Lasers incoming. Do not kill anyone. Martyrdom. Who's martyrdoms?
Move to star.
Spread around. We're gonna have another consume. Lasers incoming. Be careful with your position. Good. Consume. Start moving towards the edge. Remember to keep stacking with people. For the... No.
3, 2, 1. Move to start.
Victory.
The enemy's doors lie ahead.
Going up the stairs.
Enjoy.
How am I supposed to?
Yes.
Thank you, la.
It's fine, Apocata.
Why did the volatile ejection hit me for 17.1k and 13.6 overkill?
Because one of the hunters overlapped it with you, behind you, and you got hit twice.
Okay.
Once with yours that gave you the debuff, and another time it killed you, basically.
200 item level leather pants, hates and mastery. Go for main spec.
The Stoneborn were permitted to use such routes to see to our master's demands. The debaucheries I
I'm following you guys. Call me if you need me. Oh, I'm back at the start.
What?
How did that work out for you?
I don't trust Ray.
Shall we?
Shall we dance? Yeah, pull the little creatures.
Tiao, trade me when you can.
Hi. I need names. Is this a boss?
Not
The lady in
those.
the middle is the boss, yes.
No.
Soak in the back, soak in the back, so...
Stacks of
In the
exposed
back.
desires, we switch targets, switch thing.
Soak in the back, okay.
Wow.
This found Dragos. That's what the boss will do as well.
Okay, we have 200 item level cloth belt, crit versatility from Daywish.
Wow.
Yeah, I think which one?
Actually, we have two of them, so one from Daywish, one from Bulkers. They're both 200 item level. So Abukata is probably getting this one from Daywish on main spec, and then we'll do another one for off spec.
Focus, focus. When you get the giant circle, come close to the tanks.
People that get targeted by the laser beams, you'll need to cut the balls with the beams.
Not my balls.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
A roll off spec from the belt from Bulkers.
Wait, why?
Another set of beams will be coming. Bring the ad close to the tanks.
He can't, he's stuck.
Okay. No one wants it for off spec. Transmog. Last call.
Disenchant spec.
It's too far away.
Vendor spec.
I can disenchant, but I don't know if we can trade it.
I don't think you can trade shards from server to server.
It's
You
fine,
can
if
trade
no one
item
wants
though.
it, the person keeps it to
Yeah.
sell it anyway.
Nathria has betrayed
Okay, so
Revendreth by unleashing this anima into the
for
maw.
this boss, since it's a bit
Surely
more
even a sycophant like you
dubious,
can see
let's say.
that. What I see
There are 4 phases. Each phase is related to...
with no place for traitors like you.
First, let's say, thank you there. Each phase is rated to one of the canisters on the side. There we go. The boss has 4 main abilities. The first one is Exposed Desires, which is the tank swaps thing. The second one is the Bottled Anima. There's gonna be a little red circle on the ground. People will need to soak that, or it explodes and does damage to the raid. Sins and Suffering. It will be a debuff that goes on 2 or 3 people that will start taking the same damage as the tank that has Exposed Desires. So those people will need to be focus healed. And Concentrated Anima, which is the big circle around the random person. That person will need to come with the big circle near the boss without actually putting any of the melee people in the circle. The best way to do it would be, if we're tanking the boss on the skull, to just put the circle somewhere around behind the boss towards the nipple. An ad will spawn that will need to get always be tanked. If there's no tank near the boss, the ad will start spurging out and doing huge AoE. These are the main abilities. The thing with these abilities is that it will get empowered as the boss focuses one of the 4 containers that I've marked with cross, blue, moon, and blue. The first one will improve her Exposed Desires ability, and the way this happens is these anima containers will start off empty and slowly gain anima percentage in time. When they reach 33% anima, she will get an extra buff to one of her abilities. When they reach 66% anima, she will receive a second buff to one of her abilities. The red will be her tank Exposed Desires thing, which basically means at 33% is when shared cognition and debuff will start to get put on random players. And at 66%, when the Warped Desires debuff expires, the tank will explode in an AoE around him. So you'll need to move out and away from the group. The second one, the blue, when she focuses on that one, she will start improving her bottled anima ability. This is the soak thing. At 33%, the soak will leave a permanent pool on the ground that will then need to be avoided. And at 66, it will jump a second time. So you'll need to soak it twice. Third one will be Moon, and it improves Sins and Suffering. Sins and Suffering is the thing we've done earlier with the orbs. This time there will be 3 orbs instead of 2. And 3 people that will be linked. Those 3 people will need to form a triangle and to use the beam between them to cut all 3 orbs at the same time. At 33%, the orbs will have beams between them themselves. You should not under any circumstance touch those beams, they will do a lot of damage to you. And at 66, they will start spinning around as well. So it's even more complicated to break them. We might hero for that phase just to avoid it, we'll see. Last one, green, is Concentrated Anima. That's the ad. When it reaches 33%, the player will no longer be able to move towards the raid, so the boss will need to be moved towards the player with the ad. And at 66, the player that's targeted will also start doing AoE around him. So this means that we should avoid, under all circumstances, having any other container be over 33%, except for the one that's being focused. The way we do this is people will need to click on the containers that are not focused and slowly drain them so they're always under 33%, preferably as close to 0 as possible.
We already split who's gonna do.
You already split the people that do that? Perfect. Just remember, clicking it will give you a debuff, clicking it too often will kill you, and you also do AoE to the group when you do it, so just be mindful and don't kill anyone. Okay, that's the main idea. This is basically both a DPS check and mechanic check. I'm saying a DPS check because if any of the containers reaches 100%, it's an instant wipe.
Do I take the green one or?
No, it doesn't matter. We are together, so we just click whatever is needed.
So you've decided all 4 containers, yeah?
Yeah.
Both sides. Okay.
2 people on each side.
Yeah, it's fine. You can swap next.
What's working better here? More AoE
What?
or pure single target? I wonder. Never did it as standard.
It's pure single target, yeah. The only cleave you'll have is when the ad spawns, but that's not so important.
So no point going volley, shit like that. Exploding shot and stuff.
Exploding shot is a very good single target as well, so you could always have it. I mean, it's not a problem. Volley is not necessarily needed, yeah. You need a summon? No, it doesn't. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bring the boss closer to the spot. Okay. So. Orbs now. If you have a red arrow over your head, start moving towards the orbs. Lovely. Shared cognition, make sure to focus heal the people with that debuff because they're taking extra damage.
4, 3, 2.
Ads will be coming soon, make sure you move towards the nipple behind the boss. Or there, that's fine. Soak incoming. Switch to the ad and kill it.
At some point just kill.
Or people with beams, be careful. Me being one of them. Lovely. Apukata in smithing, make sure to focus with them. So she switched to the second one, so do try to bring the first one under 33%. It's now at 66. Soak. Move out with that. Okay. Come closer to the right. Take the up. The first container is going over 66. Please empty it. So, in the back, it's gonna jump for a second time, I think. No.
One's at 90%.
Yes, that is so.
At the moment, show.
You really need to empty the second one if it reaches 100% per time.
I do it in the tank.
Orbs. You can do it, but it's gonna be the debuff. There's an orb here near stop. Okay. Use personals, try to... So.
Somebody needs to cover the right side.
Yeah.
Just continue doing the mechanics. We are going to wipe. Do the orbs. We might. Yeah, I was thinking.
We have a second res in 7 seconds.
Let's rest Whiz and which one of you that died was doing the soaking? Or was anything?
Me and Foxy.
Let's just piss them. Focus on the edge. Do heroism. Let's see what happens. If there's anyone still able to do it, of course.
Targeting. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come, go towards the edge.
Socket.
Yes. That one cannot be emptied while it's being focused, so make sure we kill the boss before it reaches 100%. Orbs.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ignore emptying them, just focus on those. not yet. It's kill or be killed. Okay.
Kill.
Lovely.
Clean!
Which is add not despawn. Oh.
It does. That
Yeah,
was
I
during
got a
reach.
resto legendary.
Congratulations, I know you wanted that one. Was there a short way out of here, actually?
Can I get a summon back? My conduits are completely wrong.
Sure. I don't remember if there was a shorter way out of here. Let's
200 item level ring, crit and haste. Go for my main spec.
Crit and haste? Oh my. I shall look for that, my friends. Okay, so apparently not this one. Obvious.
There's a way back to the start that I explored. Which would be great. This way. Go up here. And
Yeah, we need to go back to the start. That's the point. I was curious if there was a...
Oh, you got out this door, and then Raven walks somewhere around here.
Yeah, that's the way.
Congratulations, Toxie. Trade me when you can.
The Stoneborn were permitted to use such routes to see to our master's demands. The debaucheries I have witnessed.
Let me check. Next should be Artificer.
Beautiful.
What a nice rendition of
You
what
should,
the fuck was that?
You should make an album.
I did say to pre-ordered it already. For my own
Lovely.
hands.
Lovely.
But this is Mythic Plus, right? You put them all at once and then you get prideful? Is that how this works?
You pull more than
You
one
really
in
should.
every... That's basically how this works. Mostly. Cue Dark Destruction.
What does that do?
And volleys, and death, and pain. And horrible, horrible pain.
I really like this legend. I become a healer. Well, this wasn't me. That something that I will do in this actually.
Are you sure?
I still blame you.
Yeah. We usually blame Menace, but since you're here...
This was the other end.
Sure.
Let us know when you want that someone say that.
You can.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, he wasn't kidding.
London said that I can, so I presumed I actually could, and it wasn't.
It wasn't Lalan's sneak way of whipping us, right?
No, not this time at least. What I meant was you can. You probably shouldn't, but you can. Nothing's stopping you.
You didn't die.
Always
More
more.
next time. Then. Make sure we die.
Too bad there probably isn't more. At least for a while.
Congratulations.
Don't challenge him, please.
Or let someone...
There is more.
Let someone say that.
I mean, we wouldn't want him to not die or anything.
Congrats, best team.
Yeah,
reset the next boss?
Probably.
Artificer, yeah, I think that he can be reset as well.
Of course you can.
What's that? What's that assassin? Damage done increased. Gain stats of lost based on number of targets. That doesn't sound like it's very important.
Okay, you may pull when ready.
Let's go.
Or you may ready when pull. It depends. So, since we are going to reset the boss,
Sorry, that's circle.
let's put wild.
Ends up hitting too hard, hitting the circle. I get to stack every mob around it. The fuck happened to it? Okay, never mind, it just disappeared.
Yeah, he
Goes to stealth.
From stealth. Goes to stealth, he comes. It's fine.
It's like he's playing rogue.
Don't
Almost.
step on the mine.
What, you mean this mine?
That one.
That one. He left it.
Good thing it wasn't bouncing Betty.
Good thing no one died. Yet.
Give it time.
Plenty more trash for people to die on, it seems.
Indeed.
But I think like, you still have to kill trash for Oh, the stealth moves. I found it. Okay, I found those as well. Oh, I found these. This wasn't me.
Good thing nobody
This
left.
This is
It's
not gonna
actually
hurt at all.
wasn't.
Which boss is it?
Bad boys, bad boys.
What you gonna do?
We're gonna die for it.
Is this the lots here?
What now?
Is this lots? On the courtyard, glad to run at me. There it is. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Does this
We
door
need-
even open?
We need to kill all of them before they open. So there's two more
Yeah,
in
the
the
assassin.
corner.
Don't
No,
fight him, pull
seven.
him. Go up.
No, we take the window, the portal.
We are
There's-
going to take it.
It's too far away. I'm out of range.
Now where's that assassin coming from?
Oh, downstairs.
Downstairs. Oh, I can't get.
No, you can't.
Our people starve outside the castle walls. Yet these loyalists indulge their
Lily, let us open the shortcut first.
The jailer amasses an army to destroy the Shadowlands. The fools deserve their fate for believing the lies of Nathrius.
After they're done RPing for no particular reason.
Let us liberate them from the grasp of these aristocrats.
Kill them all.
More upstairs.
Three more.
Oh, 4 behind the grate.
I need to get closer.
Doing gnome next.
We have fresh ups.
Use the last one to throw that Lordaeron's wall. Undercity, whatever.
Is anyone playing? No, no.
Useful for helping you move throughout the castle, mortals.
Why would anyone play Gnome anymore?
Is there any more?
No, that's enough.
Stormborn were permitted to use such things to see to our master's demands.
Ow.
Try not to die.
Ow. There we go. Now we should have the shortcut here. And we can go to the boss.
Did what? And yes.
Oh, that one put stealth detection. The fuck? Alright, I'm sorry.
Hopefully this time trash will not bug.
Where's the fun in that?
I mean, you're right. Bugs and glitches are part of the gaming experience nowadays.
Remember to avoid the blue things on the ground.
Sire Nathrius' private collection, gathered over eons from across the Shadowlands. Yet how do I test their authenticity?
Yes, that blue stuff on the ground. Who's that? Move out from the blue stuff.
Well, not using this case.
Always getting bigger. They all do.
Which is silly.
The push song is in vain.
I mean,
These brokers are a greedy lot. Do not let such
Speaking of which,
potent weapons fall.
what is it?
He
I
said
have no
he'll
idea.
be a bit late today.
Yes, a bit. It's we're almost over.
I'm gonna bugger off. Thank
What-
you for the raid. Oh,
Thank you for joining,
Thanks
Jaffa.
for coming, Java. Was fun. We miss your singing already.
Fuck off, Jaffa.
You're just mad that I'm a better warrior than
I think that was a given.
Seems nobody in this guild's a better warrior than me, you know what I'm saying?
you. No, I don't know what you're saying. Could you explain it, please?
I have giant cock stick from Mythic Plus doing vault thing. Big swing stick, chop chop. Hit things, press condemn over and over again and win.
You probably should give that whacking stick to the Conte. He's doing more DPS.
I'm out of range.
Nobody's doing more DBS. Do you want me to link the meters to you?
Okie dokie.
Best of luck, guys. Speak to
Thanks.
Cheers.
See you. Thanks for coming.
Carry on, I can tank if you want.
And Seita, so far you're 2 for 2, actually.
I do not mind.
It's a very hard equal between you and Konda.
One of those I died.
I don't know. Shaking you are on second. Hungering you are on second.
Fine. It is fine. Some fights people move more, some do not. Okay. So
Speaking of which, shouldn't it be a better idea for Teriana to start tanking since actually Seita's DPS is a bit better?
if he offered himself, I cannot deny his pleasure.
I see.
Skull is where we're gonna tank this. Let me remind me. Big Wigs or whatever DBM. What were the fucking marks? Yellow and
Star.
nipple. Star and le nipple. Okie dokie. So, boss has 3 phases. All 3 phases correspond to a specific ability that he's going to do. The phases change at 70% and 40% health. Things he will always do are 3, I believe. One is the tank swap. What was it called? I'm sure you guys know about.
It's the thing that makes us blow up. It puts a big circle around us. It's very visual.
I forget his name is the old one. Something or other. Okay, anyway. One is the tank swap mechanic.
Glyph of Destruction.
Okay, Glyph of Destruction. That's the tank swap. He'll always do that. It's up to you how you move in order to not die and kill anyone else. The only point where you might have an issue with running away is during the second phase, that it might actually kill you. The second thing he will always do, there's going to be some random beams. You're gonna see the lines on the ground that you need to avoid. They do tend to be a bit of damage. Not much, but enough to kill you after a while. Other than that, during phase 1, and the third thing is gonna be putting dimensional tier debuffs on 2 people. The 2 people that get the debuff will be marked with star and circle. When the debuff expires, you're going to leave wormholes on the ground that are connected, and you can use one to teleport to the other and back again. This means that you will try to put your debuffs based on the mark that is over your head as close as possible to the marks on the ground. Yellow, you will always be able to put it over there because that's where we're attacking the boss. For the circle, use mobility. There will be a warlock gateway from around, let's say, reddish towards the moon, towards the circle. The idea is that you need to put it as close as possible to that mark in order to avoid some of the mechanics. In phase 1, he's gonna spawn some ghosts that will target 3 or 4 random players. If the ghost reaches you, you get mind controlled. The way you avoid this is, you get targeted, you see yourself having some green eyes over your head, you go into the portal on yellow, the ghosts will start moving towards you and you're going to be way over on the left side. Before they reach you, you take the portal from circle to go back to yellow, and that's the whole mechanic. No issue there. Second phase, he's gonna put some seeds on the ground, just like the ones that killed us earlier of the blue things on the ground from the bosses. The seeds will be one here where we are, one will be at yellow, one will be where the boss is, and the last one that we ignore is gonna be at circle. 3 people. One of them will be me. I accept anyone else who wants to offer themselves for the other two. We need to take the seeds and bring all of them over to the circle. Once we leave them here, we're going to take the portal to go back to yellow to safety, because if we leave them there, they're going to explode for a huge AoE that will be around to the half of the room. I will
take the one that is here.
Okay, you take the one here. You being who? Azzy?
Yeah.
Okay, Azzy will take this one. I will take Artificer, where he is now. Someone, I don't know, whoever feels like it. Take yellow. You simply have to pick it up, take the portal from yellow, drop it, take the portal from circle, and get back to safety. To drop it, you will have an extra action button that will appear in your interface. Do remember, try not to go into the portal before dropping it, or remember that you cannot actually use the extra action button while you are jumping, for example. So, make sure you drop it before going in the portal. I have had people, including myself, by mistake teleporting into the raid to yellow with the explosion. Third phase is when we're going to change stuff. During the third phase, he's going to drop a huge sword in the ground that will do a big AoE around it. The AoE will be kind of as big as this star. When it explodes, you die, and it will slowly draw you towards the middle of it. So, the way we're going to do this is that circle, and I will change the mark just to make sure people remember. The circle portal will need to be put where X is now. This way we get pulled into it, and we teleport to safety at yellow for those of us that cannot avoid the pull with our own mobility actions. Yeah, sure, if you like, Tiao can put a Transcendence and taunt and reset the boss if needed, but I really don't think we're gonna need it. I will do calling out as much as I can. The only thing I will probably not be able to say is your name and what the mark over your head is. So, please be careful. I've seen this a lot of times where people go towards the same mark at the same time. If you have star, take a little moment to look over your head and go to star. If you have circle, it's very important that you go to circle or as close as possible to it. Otherwise, people will die. And that's kind of it. For the tanks, there's nothing really I can say except during phase 2, when there's the seeds, do your best to not kill yourselves by running away with the explosion.
Don't worry, they're upset.
Just wait. Do it will probably for people to try to stack as close as possible, including ranged around here, and you can try to run away with the explosion over here, which is the farthest away from the raid, instead of trying to go all the way over there and kill yourselves.
They're usually offset by a couple of seconds, the explosions, so we should.
Well, true, but you never know. Otherwise, during phase 1, at least you can actually try and use the portals to go away with the explosion. Okie dokie.
Are we tanking him on Skull?
Yes, Skull is where we're there. And Seta, if you want to DPS, let me know now and I can always tank. It's not an issue. If you want to have some fun.
More useful with the seeds on this one.
There's a lot of people that can do that. It's fine anyway, it doesn't matter that much. It's normal, so not that much DPS is needed. Okay, so when ready, I don't know if you've decided who starts tanking. Also, let me give Seta assist just in case. The what now?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wonderful! I have been hoping to test these relics on live targets.
So, portals will be coming in 5 seconds. Make sure you look over what mark you have over your head. Stack smash, go right. Not that way, the other way. Take the Warlock portal. Take the Warlock portal. Never mind.
Let us see if the letter is ready.
I will do my best to call out the name of the person that needs to go to the circle. That's the other way to go. TPS down Brewmaster Avocado to break the mind control. Step smash again, go to the right.
Watch out for that.
Spirits will be incoming. People that are marked go into the portal on yellow. Wait until the ghosts are trying to reach you and take the portal again back to you.
Destruction is guaranteed.
Blasts incoming, so avoid the spirits. Again, stack smash. Lucky. Avoid the creeps. We are changing phase now. We are going to have to use the seeds. So no more mind control. Seeds are spawning. Offer them seeds, make sure to pick them up. Drop them next to the other one. And take the portal back to seeds. Beams, avoid them. Going to get seeds in 5 seconds. Seed now.
You cannot bargain with death.
You're disconnecting or just like your turret coming, file, go to circle, take the warlock portal if you can. The phase will change. We should hopefully get new portals before. We are now changing the position, remember, circle will go to the middle. I've changed them here, so tag smash, stop there, perfect. We are gonna get annihilation in 2 seconds. If you watch the explosion area, you'll see a red circle slowly coming towards the edges. When it reaches the edge, it will explode. So try to time getting out of the thing before it blows up. Okay, rest contact, and let's do heroism. So. New terrors will be coming in 4 seconds. Make sure you place them properly or it's a wipe if you don't. Failed, that's fine there. Not too much on the sword. They're perfect, it's failed. Explosion will clean soon. Again, watch out for the red circle. Make sure you are out of the area when it pushes you.
Use my command and shout out.
Thank you.
Reposition the boss a little bit. Jetto, go to the Middle. Go to the middle fast. Fast. These people will bring it home. Perfect. That's good enough.
Stay away from lines.
With the beams. I think we should kill him before it actually another. Just if you know, be careful, do not explode. I swear to God, they jumped off it. Anyway.
Consider our business concluded.
Worgen racially not enough to outrun that.
Oh no, it's not.
No. Most classes would need to use the portal to get out.
But aspect of Shidach works.
Aspect, you can use disengage.
You can't. I mean, you can, but then it's always.
Well, depends when you use disengage. Let me rephrase that. Where's our friendly neighborhoods? Loot distributor. Actually, is there anyone else that's wearing leather in this whole raid? Yes, there are.
Yeah, there are.
Ignore me, I'm stupid.
So we have leather bracers from Teriana, versatility and mastery, 200 item level. Go for main spec, main stat.
Wow.
Something going on?
I'm thinking. I don't think we have enough healing for. But we can try Prince. Otherwise, we could go straight to Council.
Grats, bestie. Read me when you can.
Let's try Council, so right side.
Okay, so we have from Seita, 200 item level ring, versatility and mastery. Go for main spec.
That's actually assuming we can. I don't think we can do it.
Oh, right.
We need something before we can do these guys. There is an assassin. Interesting. So, kill the assassin first. And then we take the portal back to the entrance. We need to do something first. These guys are still unavailable until then.
Don't go anywhere, he's gonna spawn back.
Yeah, somewhere.
Lachlan one with his 92, and if you can trade Seita for the ring.
Back up. And I actually need to remember which way was stamped something.
Why the fuck?
It's
Who
here,
was the
this
second
way.
in line?
Azzy was the second with a roll of 91.
Oh, fuck that, I'll have it back.
No.
Yeah, I was looking a bit strangely at your roll there. You know, it shows me what you're wearing.
Yeah. You could have told me.
I don't know. Maybe you had those were better stats for you. I don't know. Tanking
I did
druids.
the exact same shit. Exact.
Azzy.
Me then.
Yeah, Lachlan rolled 92 and Azzy rolled 91.
Yes.
Oh, don't blow up.
Let's blue. It's gonna go Aloha snack back.
So that was your good roll for the day, huh?
That was it.
Sounds good.
I have to publicly apologize to Schmitty for today. He hoped he's going to shine tonight.
He shines like a polished tip.
Thank you, Lord. Oh, I'll say it too. Or no.
Denathrius keeps his most potent souls in this chamber.
I'm trying to do
Fuels their
CDR.
darkest instincts, forging them into weapons to turn upon his enemies.
Once I break these bonds,
Worked.
you will be the first to burn! Wrath is your most potent sin, Sunstrider. It will serve us well.
This one's pride and arrogance are legendary. Come, let us deprive Denathrius of his
Okie
prize.
dokie. So, this boss has 3 phases. The phases switch at 45% and 19% of Kiltas's health. Kiltas being the big guy that we will need to heal to end this fight. During phase 1, we will need to heal Kiltas as much as possible in order to avoid a lot of bullshit. You will notice there are also 4 pedestals around the room. These pedestals can be used by anyone for a not so long, not so short channel, during which you will sacrifice some of your HP and give it to Kiltas. So when there will be no ads and we'll have a bit of downtime, I will call it. Some of the DPS, any DPS, simply go and click on those in order to donate your HP. 2 mentions. First, once you do the channel, you'll get a debuff. You cannot channel again, so try not to interrupt it unless absolutely necessary or if you're dying. Shouldn't happen. Second, if anyone else clicks up on a pedestal that's already being channeled, you'll interrupt the guy channeling it, give him the debuff, and you'll start channeling yourself. So try not to interrupt people and try not to interrupt yourself in order to do this as cleanly and as okay-ish as possible. The healers should focus as much as possible on Kiltas, because we want to end the phases as fast as possible, while of course keeping people up as well. So I would maybe say, if anyone else could, maybe try with a 5th healer. Also, since we don't have any Proto Paladin, which would be wonderful. Next on the list is the ads. The ads will be exactly the ones you see here, plus a couple of more that will spawn during the fight. The big guy, Torturer, can mostly be ignored and clipped down. We don't need to focus him. He doesn't do anything too important, let's say. Yes, I would maybe try with 1 more healer so we can focus Kiltas more. There will be assassins, the ones you see there, the 2 next to him, that will at some point mark someone, teleport behind them and do a dash. They're not pretty important to focus, except when they reach 30% health, and they'll start casting something called Return to Stone, which will bring them back to full HP. So we will need to kill them during that cast to get rid of them. There will be Vile Occultists, the guys on the sides, that will do a cast that should be interrupted. And when they die, they will drop an Essence Font each. That font can be healed, and should be healed, because it will give 1% or a bit more HP to Kiltas. So it's more HPS than simply focusing Kiltas from healing perspective. There will be Pestering Fiends that will spawn when we pull. Those are just imps, we just focus them down during cleave. Normally it's not important. And Soul Infusers, which will spawn. There will be 4 of them from this side where we are now, and slowly go towards Kiltas. There will be 1 for each pedestal, and when they reach the pedestals, they will start focusing them and decrease Kiltas' HP by 1% per second. So those need to be CC'd, stopped, slowed, killed instantly if they spawn. They will spawn at the 2-minute mark, I believe. So the ideal way to do this would be to change the phase before the 2-minute mark. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that, but if we do, then we avoid them altogether. Phase 2, which is also phase T, let's say, will be at 45 and 90% health. When this happens, a shade of Kiltas will spawn, and some phoenixes, whatever. The main thing here will be that we're going to need to start tanking the Shade somewhere around Skull, and slowly move with him around the edge of the room, because he's going to leave puddles of fire underground that will need to be avoided. The phoenixes will also do AoE around them and leave fire, so a couple of ranged could try to focus on them or slow them down just to get rid of them. They do leave eggs and are reborn, so it's not very good to focus them in order to kill them with everyone. The phase will end when the shade reaches 45%, and then again when it dies during the second phase. During the shade, there will also be a tank mechanic that's burning remnants. You'll need to switch when this debuff gets applied and falls off. And there will be an Ember Blast that will be cast on a random player that needs to be soaked by 4 or 5 people, let's say, because it shares damage. So if you get marked by Ember Blast, you move away from the raid in a low traffic area, preferably towards the side of the room or behind us. Some people will need to come with you and help you soak it, and then it will leave a patch of fire on the ground that needs to be avoided. And that's kind of the whole fight. We need to manage ads, kill ads. When there are no more ads, people use the pedestals to heal Keltas, and healers use the direct healing for Keltas. When occultists die, you will heal the orbs they leave behind, and when soul infusers die, they will drop some cores, which can be picked up by the healers, greatly improving their healing. Day Wish is holy. Day Wish is holy. I believe you have, I don't remember the name of the ability, something that increases healing received by someone, an angel or a thing. Try to discuss with the healers and decide when it's best to use it, so they can spam heal Keltas at that point. Yeah. It's basically a pretty good idea to use it on Keltas when everyone's able to actually spam heal him at the same time, or it's wasted.
If we kill a Phoenix, are the eggs killable, or they will just raise?
No, they'll just stop pestering us for a while and then rest again. It's not necessary to focus them, just slow them down a bit, or try to stop them from reaching the raid and annoying us more than they should.
Okay, let's give it a try, because it was too much.
Yeah, I know, but I just said things I'll say them during the fight as well, just to get an idea. Let me try to remember the best way to kill the fucking ads. The best way to kill them will be take care of something that's called the Rockbound Vanquisher. It's not spawned yet, it will be a big one. That should be killed first, because they cast a concussive smash that also buffs them. So every time they cast it, the next cast will do more and more damage. They need to die first. Assassins need to die as soon as they start doing Return to Stone. Then occultists are the third priority.
Tony, we are doing this old school. We're beaconing Kyle and healing the tanks normally.
I'm also moving Fane to the healing group for now, since he's stacked.
Oh, okay.
Stack. Also, whoever is missing or hasn't used the second flask. Okay then. Since none of the tanks can heal, I don't know, decide a way to grab the damn things. the casters will not really come willingly to you, but you should try to grab as aggro from as many ads as possible. The only thing you should switch for the ads is the Vanquisher that puts a bleed on you, I believe. I'm not sure how many stacks you can take. You'll find it out naturally, I guess, during the fight.
We'll need to tank swap in the phase 2 as well, right?
Phase 2 you need to tank swap when he puts the burn on you, and during the phase 1 just for the Vanquisher who puts a bleed. It's something called Vanquished.
We do some that DBM will deliver us either way, so.
Ah, absolutely, yeah. Okay, so when ready, do a timer and... Cool. The most important ads to tank clearly are the assassins, and everyone else trying to interrupt the occultist casts as much as possible.
5.
They will also get some buffs, so try to dispel them every now and then.
1.
Rid of those traitors! Gods, stop them!
Interrupt the casts on the left side.
When we can start donating?
The what?
Blood, kill.
When the ads are dead. They are casting Return to Stone, make sure to kill them before they finish. Vanquisher is coming. Okay, now some DPS can start using the pedestals to kill. Remember, don't interrupt people or anything. Spread around windows. Okay, focus the Vanquisher, make sure it dies.
More of those fools seek to hinder us. Do not allow them to disappear.
Issues. I think I PC'd.
Okay, good. Yeah, either. Come on.
Going back. Oh, there's a lot more art mods.
Yeah, some assassins showed up. Kill the assassins, they are casting Return to Stone. Okay. Back to the Vanquisher.
Do not allow them to interfere.
Finish the assassins. Occultists are coming up. Cleave them down. A couple of people can use the
Another interruption from the
pedestals.
castle guard. Dispose of them.
Can anyone tell me the percentage on Kiltas? Sadly my add-ons won't give me his
39.
number. Okay, so 45 is the switch.
From the castle guard.
Is it 41 right now?
Remember to kill the 4 essence funds left down. Focus on the ads, try to kill them. Shield of Kiltas will be incoming. So sad we have some ads that we need to flash. Take the shape towards Scott, or if he's not there, then you have to start spinning him the other way around. Okay, love it. Everyone should sit behind Keltas, so you don't get hit by that thing. And we really need to finish those assassins if there's any left. Okay. Five more percent until we switch phase. Soak that. Some people need to soak that. Now get out. him out of the fire.
Guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
A lot of sadly. Fane, can you
Vanquisher.
tank? You should be able to. Okay.
Another interruption from the castle guard. Dispose of them.
The Soul Infusers need to be focused and zerged. Stun them, slow them, whatever you can. They will keep killing Keltas really fast.
Another interruption from the castle guard.
Healers grab the orbs and use them to heal Keltas as much as possible. Let's resurrect Azzy.
Do not allow them to interfere.
Got another vanquisher here.
Focus the Vanquisher, leave everything else. What's the percent?
72.
Okay.
Occultist.
Grab the occultist acts. Bring the Vanquisher towards them.
More of those fools seek to hinder us. Do not allow them to interfere.
Occultist plus the occultist.
Run out.
Finish the Vanquisher before it starts killing people. It has quite a few bosses. And try to kill the essence fonts that are left down.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
Percent?
5. 6.
Okay. For Soul Infusers, you need to focus those, sadly. Or they're going to wipe us mostly. Remember to stun them, knock them back, pull them, whatever you can do. Grip them. They're going to burn through his percents. And grab the orbs he lives.
Run out.
Additional guards are en route.
Let's do heroism here. Yes, we do, and I believe the shield is also up, so try to grab him and move around out of the fire. Focus the ads to finish them, whichever of them are left, and then we need to kill the... Never mind, focus shade, focus shade, focus shade. It's pretty low. And try to keep it up as much as possible.
Sacrifice of unlock.
Resurrect his app, do it on Smithy. Move him out of the flame. soak that, whoever has the ember. Okay. Remember, when you get focused with the ember, you don't need to run away from the group, it needs to be soaked. Lovely.
Nice.
Not very clean, but at least it was a one-shot.
Sunstrider. You are free from the Sire's tyranny, but you cannot
Master is incoming.
Come with me, and I will help you find atonement.
I am tired of being used as a pawn by others. Will your help allow me to claim vengeance?
You have so much to learn.
Take this soul away and it will you, sir.
Thank you, Toxie.
Okie dokie. Let's move to council for the last part.
Thank you,
of the
File.
meeting, and we'll do a quick break there.
So we have male bracers, crit mastery, 200 item level. Go for main spec. They're from Toxie.
Come, mortals. It is time to rid Revendreth of a haughty band of
Manage wins with 64, 3 million again.
between us and Nathrius.
I'm gonna quickly restart my game.
Sure.
Leather gloves, 200 item level. Haste versatility. Go for main spec. Courtesy of File. With 3 million again.
Everybody here? Let's do some trash. Not that much to the boss. Oh, there is actually a lot.
Thank you both for attending. The ball would not be as grand without you.
Think nothing of it, darling. As long as the wine flows, you will have my attention.
I do not share your love for frivolities. I prefer my gatherings on the battlefield.
Oh, don't be such a bore. If you behave, perhaps I will let you skewer a few of the wait staff.
Okay.
Let's take a moment and resurrect the fallen.
Okay, so 200 item level, belt, haste, mastery, and speed. And I don't fuck up. No, it fucked up. Wait. Cancel and
What did you break?
nothing in particular. So Seta with a 42 and the 32.
We have it in a break or kill the rest of the trash?
Yes, I think on
No,
Teriana
we're
said
finishing
one.
the trash and then we're taking a break.
Ah, okay, okay.
I was just waiting for people to finish racing up and stuff.
Seta 3 Munich.
Go, go.
Thank you very much.
And
Almost
also
welcome.
congratulations.
And thank you to Conte for the giving out that item.
Now if you are first, don't remember why you are.
Finally, the bit I needed.
Yeah.
Really?
It ain't decent.
It's the fifth worst. I think there's only Fury Warriors. I don't know. Yeah, Warriors
okay.
are in a really shite place. You either get to choose to be the shit spec or the really, really shit spec or a tank.
Which is shit also.
Yeah,
The shit DPS or the shit tank of the
Yeah.
expansion so far.
Look on the bright side, it can only get better.
And it will.
I mean,
But you are doing good, man. Why
for
you're saying
the
this?
reading we're doing right now, there is no real shit spec. Okie dokie. So, let's take a... what is it now? 30 minutes? Let's be generous, a 10-minute break until 24 server time. Or what is it, 12 or 11 server time? 11 server time.
So we're having an hour and 10-minute break.
Oh no, done.
2, 1.
Oh, not slacking any more menace.
Well, it depends for what I'm ready and for what I'm not ready.
That's for us to know and for you to find out.
Luci, if you could do another stamina.
I don't.
Everybody's here. Okay. So, this combination of bosses is kind of annoying, but whatever. There are a couple of things here, and we'll need to decide on a kill order for the 3 bosses that you see before you. Based on the order we decide on killing them, some abilities will change throughout the fight. That being said, the main things that will happen during the fight is there will be a stacking debuff that will do raid-wide AoE damage and only gets reset when one of the bosses reaches 50% HP and then when it dies. Then the second thing is that when one of the bosses reaches 50% HP, we'll have a small intermission for dancing. During that intermission, you will look around and you will see a huge pillar of light on one of these squares on the ground. It will be visible only for you, and each one of you will see their own pillar of light. You will need to go to that pillar in order to start the dancing phase. The dancing phase will consist of 4 steps. Some ads will come around and complete the remaining squares that are not occupied by any of us, and we basically need to follow the direction in which those extra dancers are moving, which will be go 1 step forward, go 1 step back, or go 1 step right, or go 1 step left. There is going to be 4 such steps. Each step you miss will give you will make you take damage and give you a debuff, I believe. Each step you do correctly will give you a stacking haste buff, so we'd rather have you take that stacking haste. These are the only shared things that happen during this fight: the stacking debuff and the dancing. Now for the bosses. There are 3 of them: Stavros, Frida, and Niklos. The only 2 that really need to be tanked are Stavros and Niklos, which will also put stacking debuffs on you, which means that you will need to swap at around 2 debuffs. Niklos will teleport behind the tank and do a lunge that does a pretty big damage in a line and debuffs everyone it hits. This means that while this boss is being tanked, people that are DPSing that boss will need to sit to the sides of the boss, and the tank should refrain from moving him to the left and right excessively, as every lunge will kill someone, if not all the melee. Stavros will do something called counterattack, I believe, or duelist riposte, okay, which is a simple I hit you, I debuff you damage. It also stacks. Basically, for each stack you take increased damage from that ability. Every 2 ripostes and every 2 evasive lunges from Niklos and Stavros, you will need to swap twice. So basically you will never have more than 2 debuffs from that boss you are tanking. Frida will have a Dreadbolt volley that she'll cast permanently, and that will need to be permanently interrupted. It does a lot of AoE damage to every single person in the raid. We can live through maybe 1 cast if we miss it, but 2 or 3 in a row we're wiping. This means that since we don't actually have someone that can constantly interrupt her, every single person in the ride will need to make sure that they keep this boss interrupted. For this only particular reason, I am considering killing her first, just to get rid of that annoying AoE.
Makes it so much harder if we do.
Yes, I know it does. We'll see how it goes. First try, we're going to try and do it by killing Niklaus, Stavros, and then Frida, and we'll see if we can actually manage interrupting her or not.
I'll stick on her, so I'll take every other one. So it's mainly when
We
swap out.
should probably, maybe, perhaps decide on a rotation. What I'm not sure is how many of the people in the raid have Exorcist raid tools. And I believe the add-on itself doesn't know how to check, or I don't know how to see.
It knows, it knows. Oh, give me a second.
Striking a blow to the efforts of Denathrius, but do not underestimate his
whatever.
power. His might
So,
is
okay, let's say Seita, you interrupt her.
About half the
Hunter,
raid
since
has.
you have ranged interrupts, can interrupt her from any position and whatever. I'll also try to interrupt, and melee trying to interrupt as much as possible. The only problem is if everyone tries to interrupt at the same time and then no one can stop the next guests. That being said,
I'll take the first one and then it should just keep them opposite.
You take first, I take second, whoever wants takes third, and I think you should have your cooldown up by then, right? The only problem is where you'll be compared to Frida when you tank swap, but that's another discussion.
So it's Seita first, who's second?
Seita first, me second, whoever wants to be third, it doesn't really matter at this point. And then Seita should be back up again, and then me.
We do have 3 hunters, which, if we just rotated between them, they'd always be able to interrupt.
True.
It wouldn't matter
The
where she
only
is.
problem is the awareness of who interrupted last and who's going to do it next. And I'd rather not spam.
Interrupt. I'm sure we can.
I'd rather not spam Discord with me next, because there's more important things to call. That being said, at your discretion, interrupt. Some people just keep a watch on the cast. If no one interrupted before the cast ends, then you do it, and we should be fine. Let's talk a bit about the other abilities. The main thing about here is that you cannot cleave the bosses. Once a boss is dead, the others get healed to full. So there's no point in cleaving. Unless, of course, it's part of your normal rotation. This means that we focus the decided boss. And let's just mark them now since we decided. Or I rather decided that let's try with Niklaus first. Although... I really don't enjoy the dance. Anyway, we'll do max start. Stavros first, since he's the guy with the lunge that could possibly kill every single minion. Then we're going to do Niklaus, and we'll leave Frida for last. So the way we're going to do this is, first of all, we are interested in keeping one of the bosses around here, the second boss around here. This zone will be reserved for a debuff that we're going to get that pairs us 2 by 2 and makes us dance, so to speak. So again, Stavros will do the evasive launch, which means that every single melee that's DPSing Stavros needs to not sit directly behind him. Sit to the sides. He will do a lunge starting from the tanks behind and hit you in front of him. Once Stavros is at 50%, we're going to have a dance intermission. Once Stavros is dead, the other 2 bosses get healed and get an additional ability. Niklaus will get a Dredger's Servant, which will start dealing random damage to random people. This will need to be CC'd and killed as fast as possible. Frida will get an additional ability, which is Prideful Eruption, meaning you will have a circle around you. You'll need to split and not hit other people with the circle. Every person in the raid will get it, kind of like the... what was the other boss's name? I forget their names in this. Kind of like the third boss, Hungering Destroyer, with the circles around. Once Niklas is also dead, Frida will start casting Soul Spikes, which is a 2-hit channeled, which is a 4-hit channel. You will need to tank swap after the first tank is hit twice. Basically, you take 2 hits, then you tank during the middle of the cast, and the other tank takes another 2 hits. Okay. Fine, we can do a pull. It's a lot to explain, and it's going to be very hard to do this without explanation.
Do you want me to pick up?
I don't care. I need Freda, so I'll pick up Stavros and Freda and take them to Cross.
Okay, so I'll pick up Niklas. Right.
Okay, just keep the blue side empty for now.
Can someone misdirect Freda to me, please? If you get linked to someone, run to the right. Stay with them, run together.
Linked people will run to blue and run together.
That's the main reason we die.
That Stavros is going to be Dark Recital.
I'll tank Niklas on the cross.
Yeah, start with them on their marks, and then when you swap, you swap. And everyone focuses on Scum.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Splendid! A battle to win!
Yeah, I know. Attendant summon, you will need to focus it. The attendant will make the boss again. Switch back to Skull. Remember to keep interrupting the boss. Dark Recital incoming. People that are linked will need to go towards blue and avoid killing themselves and their marks. Remember to tank swap and call when you need to do it.
Who am I taking the way?
You're taking Stavros and Niklas. Those are the only ones swapped. Remember, sit to the side of Stavros. Kill the attendant. You should stop moving the bosses around. Dancing coming, so people that are linked go towards blue. Tank tight, wipe.
Failures! Weaklings!
Okay, someone's left eye to see the roses.
I think it's the first portal. Yes, it's the first one. So most important things, never sit directly behind Stavros or in front of him. People linked by Dark Recital, go to blue, find your partner, and stick with them while avoiding the swirlies.
I didn't really get much healing before I died. Was there an issue? Or...
I think I didn't really check, but I think most of the healers were dead to begin with.
No, it's okay, it's okay. I know what happened.
Yeah, no, I died second. No healers were dead when I died. I mean, I'm looking at the heals, Mighty, and for 6 seconds before I died, I didn't get a lay on hands. I had a Tranquility, there's a Renew on me, an Echo of Light, just a Rejuve, and that's it. Nothing above 1k heal.
Yeah, both me and Tony beaconed Lachlan. I'm beaconing you now. It's okay.
That makes sense.
Okay, sort that out. And let's continue. At least 2 or 3 more pulls. Considering if they're fast wipes. If not, I don't know. 1 or 2 more.
Tricks after this, try do repair.
5, 4, 3,
of course the max.
2, 1.
You were not on the guest list!
Remember, do not sit directly behind or in front of Stavros, or that happens. Kill the head. Spot heal people that are being drained. People that are linked, go towards blue together, don't sit in the swirlies.
Yeah.
Okay. Press menace. And the tank died, so we're wiping and trying again. We missed the swap as well, right?
Yeah, but we had
Repair, remember?
2 healers dead at that point, so that's probably why he died.
Yeah, the main issue here is people dying from the swirlies.
What is suppressing atmosphere?
It's a dot that's red white until the boss. It resets only when the boss dies or when we dance.
That is what is killing us.
That is not what's killing us.
It's a combination of that and getting hit by the launch and getting hit by swirlies and casts not being interrupted and so on and so forth.
Presses atmosphere, it happens consistently throughout the fight. The only way to get rid of it is to kill the bosses faster. It ramps up. And then
It will start killing us if we're not fast enough in killing the bosses, but not this fast in the fight.
What is the thing with the big red orb channeling something and killing people?
That's Drain Essence.
Drain Essence. There's 3 people that get drained, need to be healed above others. It's the big red beam that you see, going from Frida's heads to random people.
I don't know, the only damage I'm taking and I'm dying is this. Yeah. It takes for 1000 and 800.
As you need to repair, you're at 22%. And bulkers, I think you're yellow as well.
After the next wipe.
Yeah, I need to get out.
Or try, let's say. There's a guy that repairs in
Right at the entrance, yeah.
Where?
Okay.
At the beginning?
You'll see, yeah, at the beginning.
In the room with the mirrors.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You were not on the guest list!
Charging.
Kill the attendants. Focus on the people that are getting targeted by the beams. Find your partners, go to blue together. Try not to kill everyone else, okay?
Yeah, my partner was.
Brain essence will be incoming. Spot kill people.
Charging.
Kill the head. Brain essence will be incoming, be careful. Next evasive lunge, don't sit in front or behind the boss. Dancing, move towards blue together.
Volley.
You missed an interrupt.
Everyone, take your position. It is time for
And this is the famous dance, which apparently I'm doing.
shimmy right,
And sit down.
boogie down. So that is back. Transformed.
Don't try to learn the pattern, it's random.
Boogie down. Your steps were
Oh, that was so much fun.
delicious. Pity you have to die now.
Much pity, very well. Allow me to die.
No, that was an
So, we'll do one more try and then call it a day. For everyone who doesn't know, Reaper Guy is the star.
2, 1.
Let's try to change our order a little bit because this is clearly not working, and try to kill Frida first. It's gonna be shit later on, but...
What are we doing? Freedom.
We're gonna kill Frida first, which means that we'll change the position of you guys a little bit. Basically, tank the two guys to the side, so only you get hit by the lunge and you can swap in peace. And we'll focus Frida here in the middle, since she doesn't need to be tanked, she doesn't do melee attacks. After Frida, we should focus on Nicholas, I think.
In that case, in phase 3, make sure that we kill the dancers.
Yep. I'm not convinced what's worse, the dancer or the stone guard.
Stone guard.
Is worse, right?
Yeah. It's just, as long as everyone swaps to the dancers, we'll be fine, but if people don't, then we'll die.
I'm not convinced we're gonna reach that point before ending the raid tonight, but we're getting some practice. So, remember we're changing the order, Frida dies first. This way everyone will be careful to interrupt her. And hopefully the melee will avoid getting hit by the lunge.
Move the blue a bit more in the middle of the path he's staying, because when that ship gets a melee and a range, we're going from to very. It takes too much for the one in the back to get it up.
My general philosophy for this game is that any ranged player that sits at maximum range to DPS all by his lonesome is doing something wrong. Obviously, if all the melee are here and you know you're gonna get paired up, the range should sit maybe around here, if you feel the need to not sit in melee range. but you should never sit way over here.
No,
Right.
no. I'm sitting in the middle.
So sit around the middle. You do not need to come together from starting. You can just go, you know, in a
But
line
I think she
together,
refers
so
to
you
where
meet
am I.
towards W.
I think
Yeah,
she
I
refers
went
to
like
where
this.
am I rather than in the middle of the room. Do you see where am I?
Yeah, that I'm referring. Because when I start and I moved to the melee, he was already here.
You don't need to move to the melee. The two people that
So
are
the
linked,
one, yeah, I know.
every person that's linked should start moving towards blue. You will meet up here. You don't need to meet up on the way. You meet up at the blue, towards the blue mark.
See?
We can't have people stacking together too much because you're gonna kill everyone while you're moving here with the swords.
I know the fight.
Okay. So, killing Frida, also for whoever asked if why don't I mark the bosses instead of the spots, the skull mark will be changed automatically by an add-on, so I'm just putting it that so you know it now. We're doing Frida and then Stavros. No, Nikos. Sorry. Okay. Let's do at least one more pull and that's it.
A new battle shell, please. Thank you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You were not on the guest list!
Charging.
Is it close to 1 hour, right?
Not very close, since you don't want to get hit as tanks by both abilities at the same time. Although I don't enjoy killing people, start moving.
Charging. Move.
That was longer than expected.
Oh shit.
Charging. Move.
It's too far away.
Yes.
Coming at her.
Charging. Move.
Everyone, find your partner.
Partners, start moving towards the blue.
Special coming.
Dancing coming. Watch out for the pillar of light. That's yours. Go and sit on it. So at the beginning, we're moving back to the right, to the left, to the front. Back to usual business.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm out of range.
Charging. Move. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Charging. Move. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dancing. Move towards blue.
Every time I
Charging. Move. Charging. Move.
at least.
That's alright. Okay, let's call it a night for now. We need to sleep on it and think a little bit on how to do this better.
Pick it up tomorrow.
Thank you very much for the raid. Thank you very much for coming, and happy New Year for everyone that we haven't met seen until today.
Cheers all.
Cheers all, and see you tomorrow.
Guys.